2 times in one night, 2 nights in a row. Here we... Oh, microphone's tipping a little bit. God, I hope that didn't unplug it. Here we are again. King of Sports. We were doing this just a couple hours ago. Things seem to be going well, at least. I basically had some free time, so I just kind of thought, let's get back on this. Let's continue. So I was just nosing, clicking around in the area battles. We're kind of nothing to qualify. Regional battles, we're about 4th. GW, yeah, that makes sense. So basically our top stars in the region are Buddy Rogers, who we haven't booked yet. Victor the Wrestling Bear hasn't booked yet. Terra from Terrahuid. Ghostman, how are you, man? I hope things are going well for you. Ray Stevens, who again haven't booked. Terrible Ted, who hasn't been booked, but will be booked at this show. My brother, as much as I appreciate you popping in again, sadly the Russian is just a little bit above me being able to interpret. I will Google Translate though, to make sure I'm not being a little troublesome Ted. That... Oh, that's probably Russian, isn't it? Unsure what you are saying, but it came up with something to do with raspberries. I am British. I apologise. Ah, Privet. Is that hello? Privet? See? Learning. I can translate to my I can move over to my Russian audience. Anyway. Yeah, big English boy. How's like everything going? Let's go creative. Ray Stevens, he is our number 1 at the moment. I need to find a way to squeeze Ray Stevens in. Buddy Rogers, haven't used. Jack, Dory, Victor. Who's our next big thing? Is Harley Race, obviously. Curtis Smith, he's on the Blue Yankees. Just haven't used Smith yet. Curtin Brooks, obviously getting a bit of a push. So it's Jumbo. Who's our hidden gems? Beverly Shade, Natasha, Jim Dalton. Luke Brown seems familiar. Big boy, Luke Brown. Teams with Grizzly Smith. Uncle Elmer. Although he's not pretty or technically efficient, Uncle Elmer sure is fun. That is fair. Yep. I hope you're doing alright, Ghostman. I hope this music isn't too loud. It feels like it is. I haven't gotten to grips with everything yet. Still learning, still getting there. Just let me know what it is, man. Anyway. Yeah. I know of Pink Floyd. Quite like Pink Floyd. Another Brick in the Wall, Dark Side of the Moon. Can't say I'm too proficient with their music, but I know of them. Anyway, laughing about. I don't think there's much on his sports. Pink Floyd are good, man. We can turn normal loyalty on, I guess. People can be loyal to us. It is that era. Sports. King of Sports. For some reason I thought we would just sport the storylines. Every day listens to Pink Floyd. That's an absolute commitment to Pink Floyd. We can change these. Russians, son of a preacher man. Ink. Yeah, I really want to push race team. Roger Waters, David Gilmour. This man's a big Pink Floyd fan. That's our 15. We're getting to there to size in the tri-state. We need to get to 17 to get up there. I feel like if we keep pushing these house shows one after each other, we should be able to get that popularity up there. No one needs the night off. Select venue. Once again, this is the New York show, isn't it? Yeah, wait. Yeah. So we'll be at the Queen's Albanian Club. Select this venue. I can tell you've been subject to a lot of Pink Floyd over the years. Johnny Rougeau's taken Roddy Piper under his wing. That's pretty cool. Billy Robinson organised a poker tournament. Frank Hickey has a storyline idea. Yukiko ran some drills. Good stuff. Does anyone have a bad relationship? Or is that an intervention medal? No, we've got some pretty solid relationships, a decent backstage morale. We don't have to do anything. Teacher, leave those kids alone. Ray Stevens is busy anyway, so I don't necessarily have anything to worry about. So we've had Harley Race beat. Where is Harley? God, my man jumped up so far, unless he was always here. Harley Race has beat Ben the Wrestling Bear twice. Who's more of a star? 64. Victor the Wrestling Bear is like the top one. CD of disc of Pink Floyd. I can respect that. I can respect Pink Floyd. Turtle Ted against Bed. Harley Race against Terrible Ted. Yeah, we can do this. I guess like a 12-minute, once again, Harley Race Wild Brawl. So, Tim Brooks introduces a new Harley Race. Terrible Ted. Nice. So, Terrible Ted on Intimidation. Harley Race, I guess again, character development, and Tim Brooks, character development. Like 4 minutes. Once again, the bear is let loose. This time, Harley hits head. This time, Harley hits Brooks' tip. Who has to fight the bear of who has to subdue the bear. Dad also went to a Pink Floyd concert. I bet that was class. I imagine them being really good to see live. Once again, the bear is let loose. This time Harley hits Tim, who has to subdue the bear himself. See, we're building up. Full stop. 3 minutes. Terrible Ted. Yes, once again, intimidation. I imagine he's wrestling a bear is quite intimidating. Harley Race character. Tim Brooks character. Nice. Our main event this time we have... Who won? So we can have Ivan Gorky against... Where is... Is he really this low? Jerry Briscoe? 1v1. I think once again storytelling of... Let's make this a tainted win. Nice, that's solid. Let's have at ringside. Let's have Soldat Gorky and Jack Briscoe. And we can do the Russian Wolfman celebrate together as Jack helps Jerry up. Ivan, Soldat, Jack Briscoe, and Jerry Briscoe. Ivan and Soldat. Wrong. That they kings in Russia. Briscoes interrupt and they fight. Just kind of want to extend this. Ivan Soldat tells tell Ron Martinez that they're kings in Russia. Kings of sport, you see. In fact, princes is probably better. And plan to be kings of wrestling. Briscoes interrupt them, and the two teams brawl. Ivan challenges Jerry tonight. Dot, dot, dot. Who accepts? Ah, it's so good. So I guess we could have, I don't know, Jack doing character development, same with Jerry. Ivan and Soldat can cut promos, and obviously Ron Martinez is the interviewer. Lad. Oh, is he unavailable? Ah, this is the time to bring out Jim. And I see, always need for someone. This is why we have two interviewers. That's Jim O'Brien, not Jim Martinez. The Martinez brothers. The Disgusting Brothers. Sweet. Put this backstage. Perfect. We'll do that. We could have the bear open the show. We also need, is Jumbo here? Yes, you are. Against face, female, beat Debbie. I guess you can now take on Sue Green. With Jumbo going over. Miyamoto takes a chair and whacks Sue. Her father has to come into the ring and shield her. Miyamoto takes a chair and whacks Sue. Her father has to come. Yeah. We don't necessarily need a like father, just like a stand-in. A man you would believe to be Sue Green's father. Sue Green, Jumbo, attacker. So in this one, oh, the Bears is an extremely hot storyline. How is it extremely hot? Ah, all things considered. So let's add Sue Green, Harley Race, and the Bears. We need to add, are all the Bears already in? Nice. Son of a preacher man. What's his storyline idea? Likely to succeed. Let's deploy it. The restrictions on this storyline idea prevents you from using it. It's going to be applied to storyline where Frank Hickey has a major role and has been involved for at least 30 days. That's fair. We can have, once again... Am I only good at pushing, like, streaks and people to not get beaten? Here's John Elijah. He can beat Face, Men, beat Frank Hickey. Jazzy Joe's just a referee, man. You can't beat him. 4 minutes. John Elijah. Let's read out Jersey Joe. Born in 1914 in New Jersey, he was a beloved boxer who competed from 30 to 53, holding the NYSAC, NBA, and the ring heavyweight titles from 51 to 52, breaking the record for the oldest man to win the title at 37. Despite holding the title for a short period of time, Walcott was regarded among the best heavyweights in the world during the 40s and 50s. After retiring from boxing, Jez Joe did some acting, playing a few small parts in movies alongside Humphrey Bogart, also refereeing several boxing matches. Walcott asked not to referee again after the controversial ending to the second fight between Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston. Dabbling in pro wrestling in the 50s, Jersey Joe still competes, but he's better known for his wrestling referee these days. We kind of need Jersey Joe to be... Yeah, keep him strong. Sweet. We'll have Father Elijah start out. Elijah hands new Bibles and tries to get the fans to pray. Joe tries to stop him, but is attacked. After Joe spoke to... what are we called again? Harry Carpenter. After Joe spoke to Harry, a match is quickly made official. So Harry, we have Jersey Joe Walcott, and what's he called? John Elijah. I keep just going to call him Father Elijah. 3 minutes will do. Book. Yep. So storyline, son of a preacher man. Let's add Jersey Joe Walcott. Major. Briscoes and the Russians. That's going pretty well. Murder Inc. They eventually just kind of got a win. Won a triple threat last time. What can they do this time? We could have... I don't like too many heals, so heal. Face. Heal. Heal. Kind of want a face to win. Maybe that's... I'll be known too much for that. So what? Is there a face that we're kind of pushing? Is it Johnny or Jacques Rougeau? Who's the old one? I always thought Jacques Rougeau was the older one. So we don't really have any other. We have Pat, we have Rocky Johnson, Frank, a couple of the British boys. What can we do? What can we do? Let's have Johnny Rougeau, who I believe has taken Roddy Piper under his wing. Personal details. Is the mentor of Roddy Piper. There we go. So Johnny Rougeau and... How old is Jacques? 39. Take on heel men. Who do we have? Terry Funk, Tim Brooks, Gene LaBelle, Tarzan Baxter, Strangler Mark Lewin. He's meant to be a diamond in the rough. Let's just do Ben and Bill for now. See if there's any local wrestlers. There just isn't, is there? Don Lewin. Jose Perez. Usually a babyface. We can hire Martin. I feel like we were good at getting before. Heel. Yeah, that works. Let's put him with Jose Perez. So let's quickly do... Storyline. That's storyline. Cameron New on Sports. The Rowdy Rougeaus. Let's have Jacques, Johnny, and Roddy Piper. Kind of thinking of a thing similar to what I was going to do with the Irish guys. Paddy and... Is it Timothy? Tim? But they're kind of teaming together and eventually the young one breaks out. But now I'm thinking, like, can I create a bit of tension between the Rougeaus? And then eventually Piper's the one that turns on them. But I'm unsure. I'm unsure. Against heel men. Where they at? I know we have Dirty Dick. Let's do Martin and Jose Miguel. Perfect. 10 minutes. Johnny goes over. Nice. What can we do? So Johnny Rougeau, Roddy Piper, can have Jacques, but he's off screen, and Jim O'Brien, I guess, being an interviewer. We can have Jacques. In fact, Johnny. So it's easy. 3 minutes backstage. After their match, Rougeau introduces Jim to his new protege. Yep. Piper. Jim asks about Johnny. He isn't here. Yeah, Jim asks about Johnny. That's fine. After that match, that's Johnny Rougeau introduces Jim to his new protege, Roddy Piper. Jim asks about Jacques, who Johnny says wouldn't travel down from Canada. Sure. Oh, dastardly. Update. Nice. And then Ivan and Soldat tell Jim that they're princes in Russia. Briscoes interrupt. They fight. Sue Green against Jumbo. Ivan Gorky, the Russian Wolfer, and Silhouette together as Jack helps Jerry up. Sweet, I think I'm happy with this. So Elijah hands out new Bibles and tries to get the fans to pray. Joe tries to stop him, but is attacked. After Joe spoke to Harry, a match is quickly made official. Ooh, the two didn't seem to click and it made for an awkward bout. An extremely short match, John Elijah defeated Jersey Joe by submission. I feel like Jersey Joe didn't want to lose, and that might be why. Tim Brooks introduces a new bear for Harley Race, Terrible Ted. In a wild brawl that's superb wrestling and great heat, Harley Race defeated Terrible Ted in 11:47 by pinfall with a diving headbutt. Once again the bear is let loose, but this time Harley hits Tim, who has to subdue the bear himself. In a bout which had superb wrestling and good heat, Johnny Rougeau and Roddy Piper defeated Martin Cardigan and Jose Miguel Perez in 10:19, when Johnny submitted Martin with a sleeper hold. Bloody hell, a book that I was going to buy was sold. All seems pretty good. Roddy Piper is getting better at the gimmick. The match got the crowd hot. After their match, Johnny Rougeau introduces Jim to his new protege, Roddy Piper. Jim asks about where Jax is, who Johnny says wouldn't travel down from Canada for the show. Ivan and Soldat tell Jim that they're princes in Russia, and they plan to be kings of wrestling. Briscoe interrupts them, and the two teams brawl. Ivan challenges Jerry tonight, who accepts. But is this a good idea? In a bout which had little heat, Jumbo Miyamoto defeated Sue Green in 6:41 by submission. The fans do not care. But the crowd is white hot. Miyamoto takes a chair and whacks Sue. Her father has to come into the ring and shield her until Jumbo leaves. Do you see what Jumbo Miyamoto looks like? Jumbo Miyamoto. I mean, to be fair, she does seem like a badass. I don't know if I want to battle her. Let's see. So that's a signed thing of her. Not much from Jumbo Miyamoto. I don't think there's a wiki page. Someone seems to be collecting a lot of Jumbo Miyamoto stuff from All Japan Women's. No letterboxed ratings. Bunch of matches and just kind of began in 66, ended in 76. final match was losing the title. Awards, All Japan Women's Hall of Fame. 106 wins, 47 losses, 11 draws. Fair. I don't think I could do any better. In a decent match, Ivan Gorky defeated Jerry Briscoe in 15-12 by using underhanded tactics. Now our best main event. No one did well without a script. The Russian Wolfmen celebrate together as Jack helps Jerry up. Alright, 36, increased our popularity in one region. Still now our best show. I think Harley Race, once again, telling that he's awesome. And who else seems to be doing, what's the guy called? John? What's Elijah called? No, keep on going to call him Father Elijah. John Elijah. Tell him that he's also awesome. Harley Race seemed pleased. John seemed pleased. Financial report. Lost a bit more money. Still on 15. Note that not all gains and losses are shown, even if they're not large enough to cause the popularity to visibly change. Fair. I think things seem to be going okay. I think things seem to be going well. Johnny Duggan is a man who seems to be feeling jealous of everything. How was our show? Is the main one. How show? Last night's King of Sports. The feedback was very positive. I agree, not necessarily our best one. Roddy Piper. Dory Funk does not like Tim Brooks, which I absolutely understand. But I think things seem to be going well. I can't like visibly. I don't know where the spillover would be. 6-6, 1-2-6, 1-2-0, 15-0. Yeah. There isn't necessarily any spillover. I'm hoping eventually we'll be able to see some actual change. I mean, we haven't even made it through a month yet, so I don't expect for a while to be making any like actual money. Yeah, we can select this venue. Yeah, Candlelight Elks Lodge, that is the correct one. Booking team meeting, I'm okay. Rocky Johnson turned up so drunk he had to be sent home. I think fine him. He was very unhappy, fair. There's been some talk backstage about how much There's been some talk backstage over how much Gorgeous George Jr. is being influenced by Soldat Gorky. Haven't we got acting a similar way? Yukiko ran some drills, Ray Stevens ran some, Ron Martinez created a fun environment when he pulled a rib on Edward Gersh. Jack Armstrong helped create a fun and relaxed environment after finding a deck of cards and just setting up a little tournament. Dick Murdoch got into a heated argument with Billy Spears backstage, annoyed at the morale officer's attempt at team building. You approach Brody Rogers. He wants to be a locker room leader. Alright. You're approached by Tim, who has to pay rise from 90 to 40. He makes it clear if you don't accept, he'll quit on the spot. We're not making any more money. No way. Tim Gogan follows through on his threat and walks out of sports. Fair. We don't need him. Yeah, we don't have to do anything. Yeah, we don't have to do anything. In fact, can we just kind of meddle between Tim Brooks and Harley Race? I'd like the two to have a positive relationship. We can meddle in that way. So Rocky Johnson sent home. There you go. That's how these things can happen. It is the 70s main event. So where do we go from here? So, Alliance titles. Who is the NWA? The Texas Tag Team titles are vacant. Can I crown a champion? I don't know. I don't know if I want to. So instead, let's have a 2v2. Let me think about this. We can have the Briscoe. We don't have the Funk Brothers, do we? Do we have any other variation? We have Father Dory and no other Funk. I think the heels aren't there. Star. No, just Dory. We have Murder Inc. It's Murder Inc. and the Wolfmen. What can we do? Is it too much to keep pushing? What if we did once again? Let's do Jerry and Jack against the Russian Wolfmen. Running to a 20-minute time limit. So let's just do yada da dee dee. Once again, I'm going to do time limit finish. Storytelling. I think I'm happy with that. Ivan Gorky's a bit unhappy. Yeah, it's fine. Who is like head of the NWA at this time? 1970. Not the National Wrestling Alliance, sorry. Stan Muchnick? History. Is there a like a timeline of leaders? 80s. It says 50s to 70s. Sam Muchnick. He died in 98. NWA president. 60s, he stepped aside as NWA president, served as secretary under Frank Tunney and Fred. Muchnick was unanimously reinstated as NWA president 63 and held it until 75. Right, so can we hire him? That's what I'm asking. Sam. Yes. Potentially at least. Negotiate. I would like to bring you in just as a serving body. Who else? So they've got Frank Tunney, Fred Collar. Ah, he's already deceased. Sorry, Ted. Fred. And Carl Sapolis. I guess he's not. Ernie Dusick. Where was he mentioned? Oh yeah, wrestled some of the most famous wrestlers. That's fine. Who is Ron Martinez back? Yes. Ron and Harry announce that tonight the Russian Wolfmen will take on Briscoes for a chance at the NWA Ron and Harry announced tonight the Russian Wolfmen will take the Briscoes for a chance at the NWA Texas Tag Team titles. So if I just do tonight, the Russian Wolfmen will take on the Briscoes for a chance at the NWA Tag Team titles. Nice. So if we just do Ron and Harry, and then Jack Briscoe off screen, Jerry Briscoe off screen, Ivan, and Soldat. Perfect. So we can have the Russian Wolfmen say that they will change the titles to the NWA TNA, what? NWA Russian Tag Team Championship. Do you get it? Because the Russian Wolfmen, all they talk about is Russia and being evil and attacking people with sickles. Perfect. Like 3 minutes backstage. I don't know why I don't even know what Ivan Gorky. Oh, they had a whole like Russian squad. Ivan Gorky. Just go with people's Flickr accounts. Al Smith, wrestler. He looks fine, just looks like a dude. What about Soldat Gorky, wrestler? Again, just looks like a dude. John Smith, he was actually called, but could have been pushed as a Russian. Known as the Russian Madmen. Last match was in '89 against Al Tomko, also known as Cosmo #1. Well, Al Smith. Ivan Gorky. Matches, last match, 71, losing to Johnny Walker. He did try and go for the NWA Florida Brass Knuckles titles against Bobby Duncan. Didn't get those titles. Didn't get those Brass Knuckles. Russian Wolfmen said that they will change the titles to NWA Russian Tag Team titles. Perfect. Simple, heel, Russian heat. Ron, interviewer. Perhaps need a change. Ivan sold that to cutting a promo. If you have just Jack Briscoe and Jerry Briscoe off screen. Nice. 3 minutes. Boom. Exactly the same thing. Briscoes say this isn't about a title for them. It's about honor. Nice. The Briscoes tell Ron Martinez that this isn't about the title for them. It's our honor and beating. Sweet. 3. Jack Briscoe. That should probably be cutting a promo. Jerry Briscoe cutting a promo. Got Ron Martinez as the interviewer, the face. And then Ivan sold that off screen. Sweet. I think this Briscoe thing is the best thing I'm doing. think we just leave the match. It's a draw. Like, no one won. And I think I'm just going to do a succession of draws. So, 1-on-1, I think we can once again have... Let's have Jean LaBelle take on Face Male. Who's he beat before? Jean LaBelle. Check his match history. God, he's doing bits everywhere else. Doing bits in Hollywood. Yeah, it's pretty much just in Hollywood. Beating people. Oh, I forgot he's the Hangman. So he beat Bobby Hunt. So he can beat Face Men. I guess the Texas Kid. Bill Francis. The Cowboy Kid, sorry. 6 minutes. Jean LaBelle gets a victory. Nice. Is Jumbo around? They are. They can beat Face. Female. They beat Debbie. They beat Sue. Yukiko is kind of the next big thing. So, once again, Jumbo gets a win. Storyline. Monster Miyamoto. Who's in now? It's Yukiko. No. It's Kyoko. Or at least it should be. Yeah, Kyoko. That's on Father Elijah. Who's he beating this time? No one. So, Francis. Boom. We also need John Elijah against Face Male. He's beat Frank Hickey. He's beat... Now he can beat Bobby Hunt. John Elijah. Perfect. Up here. We also need... Once again, we have... Start Ben the Wrestling Bear losing to Harley Race. It's a 10-minute race. Wild ball. Did Harley Race ever wrestle a bear? Should we find that out together? Harley Race vs bear. Harley Race is wrestled a bear. "50 years ago today," when was this? This was November 12th, 2023. So 2 years ago. 50 years ago today, Race was scheduled for a match against a competitor unlike any he would ever face as champion, and perhaps the most dangerous adversary of his career. Race's opponent was a ferocious giant, ferocious giant, super heavyweight who couldn't be trusted to stay true to the wrestling script because Race's foe wasn't a wrestler. It was a bear. It was Gentleman Ben. The 1 pound wrestling bear will actually wrestle against handsome Harley Race. Also, he's against Riviera. Baron Schmeichel, the Iron Claw, against Jim Brunzell. Lord Alfred Hayes and Nature Boy Kirby against Danny Little Bear. And Jose Riviera. Just a whole thing about bears. Nice. Harley Race once again wins. Perfect. Same gimmick as last time. That here. Tim Brooks introduces Harley Race's opponent. Gentleman Ben the Bear. It's Ben the Wrestling Bear. Intimidation. 3 minutes. Harley Race on character development. See, I don't mind it. When we have TV, stuff will be less like we won't be doing this back and forth stuff. It'll be progression. Not squash matches, but progression in the angles. Harley Race and Tim Brooks. Whereas here, I feel like there is a lot of squash matches. but I'm having to kind of keep storylines going back and forth. Trying to get the fans to go across the river, or go to the other island, or however the New York stuff is. I think I have something building in my head of where this is going. I eventually want to do Harley race against one of the bears in a cage. Eventually, when it looks like Harley's about to win, all's good. Tim Brooks runs in, hits him with like a spike. The bear, in quotation, mauls Harley. He's out for a while, and just keeps talking about how he's been wronged. Tim Brooks maybe wins something, because then it's all about Tim Brooks, not about the bears. And the two eventually wrestle in a chain match or something to that degree. That's what I've got working in my head. The Briscoes against the Russian Wolfmen. I want to have them draw a few times and get to the end in tag matches. And then maybe do some kind of like flag match. Flag on a pole. You have to erect your flag to win. Whatever. And then it depends if a new Texas tag team... No, it should be Texas. Becomes like affiliated. If there's just a... Can I just edit data? Not at this point. It depends if a new tag team title champion has been crowned. Because if not... then I can either them to wrestle for it, or what? I'm not sure. Or it's just like the Briscoes eventually win a flag match against the Russian Wolfmen. They kind of get pushed down the card to nothing. Briscoes win. Texas tag team feud with either whoever the champions are, or I don't know. Move up. Look at that. All the way back in 51 he won it. And now he's walked out the promotion. What? I hope at some point Dynamite Kid comes in. The Russian Wolfmen take on the Briscoes for a chance at the NWA Tag Team titles. Jean LaBelle again, gets his win. The Briscoes say this isn't about title for them, it's about honour. Jumbo wins. Nothing major after this, just Jumbo beats up Koyoko. Tim Brooks introduces Harley Race's opponent, Gentleman Ben the Bear. Gentleman Ben is let loose, but this time Harley takes out Tim, who has to subdue the bear himself. Nice. By himself. Perfect. Again, 3 minutes. Ben. Intimidation. Tim Brooks on character development. And Harley on character development. Sweet. We could run this for another hour. Book. Put that here. They want the match. Elijah tries to lead the... Who is it again? Bobby Hunt this time. Son of a Preacher Man, let's add Bobby Hunt. Murder Inc. haven't done anything what they do last time, they just won a 6-man tag. Elijah tries to lead the fans in prayer, but Harry lets him know. But Ron, let's see, no, this match is starting. That's fine. So let's just have Ron on character development. is it John Elijah, character development, and Bobby Hunt, just non-speaking role. I'm wondering what if we make everything scripted? See how that makes stuff a little different. That here, it's 3 angles in a row. Improvised. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put that here actually. And that should be good enough for the show. I need to do something else. Oh yeah, let's just do Murder Inc. Or about the upcoming King of Sports Grand Prix. Their big plans. Nothing much more needs to be said, so Carl Carlson, we have Billy Spears. I want to try and get them all. Obviously Gorgeous George Jr. See, Carl Carlson's the easy one. Duke Miller and Tarzan. Let's just make that 3 minutes. Outside broadcast video. Pre-taped. Live angle. Not outside broadcast, just backstage. Put that maybe here. Not be penalised. Can we change this? What's different in angle and interview? Nothing. So we can do it. Interview backstage. And this can be, I guess, interview height live in the ring. Perfect. What is wrong with booking analysis? Jerry's used too much. Ivan's unhappy. We could keep you strong, Ivan. I mean, you're not losing. It just ends in a time limit finish. Is there any way we can have like a stunt bump from? That's fair. That's also fair. That's fair. But what was the problem before? Is this one quite loud? This one seems quite loud. What if I turn it down? How is that Streamlabs? That seems a little bit more appropriate. Perfect. I think we can introduce more wrestlers once we kind of have... They kind of look like they could be father and son. Once we have like a TV show in our first event, I'd like Buddy Rogers just to be on there. And the Crippler Ray Stevens to do something nice. So that'd be perfect. Let me just check my emails. I do not have a new job. That's understandable. I'd like one. I don't have one. Ron and Harry announces that tonight the Russian Wolfmen will take on the Briscoe for the chance at the NWA Texas Tag Team titles. In a bout which had great wrestling but little heat, Gene LaBelle beat Billy Francis by submission with a sleeper hold. The Briscoes tell Ron this isn't about the title for them, it's about honor, beating the Russians. A bout which had superb wrestling but little heat. Jumbo defeated Kyoko Okada in 7:22 by submission. Tim Brooks introduces Harley Race's opponent, Gentleman Ben the Bear. In a wild brawl at superb wrestling and good heat, Race defeated Ben in 9:39 by pinfall with a diving headbutt. Gentleman Ben is let loose, but this time Harley Race takes out him, who has to subdue the bear himself. Elijah tries to lead the fans. Oh, no script here. Tries to lead the fans in prayer, but Ron lets him know this match is starting, pal. Extremely short match. John Elijah defeated Bobby Hunt in 5:23 by submission. The Russian Wolfmen say they will change the titles to the NWA Russian Tag Team. Murder Inc. talk about the upcoming King of Sports Grand Prix and their big plans. Then, in the main event, in a bout which had superb wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, the Briscoes drew with the Wolfmen in 20 minutes when the time limit expired. Getting back up there, well, last show not the greatest. I think we can tell Jack and Jerry that they're awesome. Yeah, just praise them on a great performance. Seem pleased. Financial report. Lost 2.3. That's fine. Still on 15. We can continue. Yoko Yamaguchi. Solid, but not spectacular wrestler. And an in-ring veteran. Oh, my head's bouncing. I can't believe how dark it's getting already. That doesn't seem about right. Jim Crockett is just losing all of his JCP stuff. Gorefest still sounds wild. Jim Barnett is a scumbag. Jim Barnett has enhanced reputation scumbag with the news that he hightailed out the building after last night's WCW without paying Murphy the Magnificent and keeping the cash for himself. King of Sports, the feedback has been extremely positive. Anything about Rocky Johnson or Tim? Doesn't necessarily look like it. Maybe both of them got out without a headline going off. That's a Sato. So maybe I should have put some bad press about them. You don't like. I'm not going to be an angry leader. Both shows. Best show has been our first New York show. Best match was Gene LaBelle beating Bobby Hunt. Highest attendance was 124 people. Understandable. I thought there used to be kind of like a status to let you know how good of a owner you were. Rocky Johnson has morale issues. You will have morale issues because I'm sorry. So Gorge George is a manager without any clients. He could manage the rest of Murder Inc. So we have Gorgeous George. We have Duke Camilla, the leader. Oh, not Frank Hickey. Gorgeous George. Oh, this is Gorgeous George himself. Carl Carlson, the big Swede. I think we have a solid roster. I know there's a few people we just haven't had a chance to use yet. Relying on a lot of the same people. But let's check Jerry Briscoe. Oh, he's gone from 3 in the tri-state to 6. I guess Al and Soldat Gorky. From 23. He always was 23. What about Ivan? 27. Oh, he's gone up. I just feel like we're pushing them quite heavily. At least I thought we were. Backstage, Ted's isolated. We do have an excellent... So no drugs are allowed backstage. I guess smoking's allowed. Nobody leaves till the final match is over though. Because we're a team. Doesn't matter. The backstage rules can have a negative effect. Let's continue. Little Crusher. Born in the United States of America, Little Crusher is the midget version of the Crusher, and he impersonates the cigar-smoking, bluster-blowing brawler perfectly, right down to the teaming with the midget version of Dick the Bruiser. Little Bruiser to create the midget version of Infinite Tag Team. 1 part parody, 2 parts impersonation. Crusher has and always will be a semi-successful just because of the name. Sam Muchnick, yep, perfect. Let's get him in. So I did want to check something. Where do we edit data? In-game editor. Titles. The NWA. Everyone has their own version of the NWA World Tag Team. Fair. Original owner, unrestricted. So if we just check JCP, their titles. So everyone just has their own kind of ones instead. I don't think JCP TV is a real title. I'll let them off though. And the Wrestling Pros injured. Who's that again? I don't know who it is, but... Oh, Tarzan Baxter. Last night's golf is over for a few months. Oh, locks a lordy. Out for 36 days, that's fine. We're not necessarily... We don't have too much for them to do. Is this Rule Britannia but in DOS theme? Nice. To be honest, I did just have like DOS RPG music. So I'm kind of happy to have like random old school RPG music on. I still want them to be too much. You know what I mean? I don't want them to go a little far. I just want something kind of RPG in the background. Something not too far from maybe something from RuneScape. And I'm happy. Dottie Dowes. Known as quite a selfish person, Dowes had 4 children and gave them all away with one of those children, Debbie Johnson, also turning professional. Having no influence on Debbie's decision to become a wrestler, it was pure coincidence they were both at Moolah School at the same time. With Dottie Dowes training for over a year and Johnson only trained for 2 weeks, which implies she may not be a natural, unlike her daughter who shined. Do I have Debbie Johnson? New Stampede locker room tension. Some low morale in Stampede. Oh, what's going on? Oh, don't tell me anything's happened to Ron Martinez. Oh, he's been demoted from NWF. That's fair. Don Slatton. Always been a good guy in the ring. The king of chain matches. I don't think anyone needs the night off. Select venue, once again. Queens. Locker room meeting. Don't really have much. Incidents. Jersey Joe was in fine form. Jack Armstrong did some funny things. Yukiko trained. Happy. Don't need to address the locker room. Cool. I want to run that tag team match again, but is there any way we could do it a little... It's a Texas... Yeah. Let's run it as... In fact, we'll do... Let's run it as a Texas Tornado. A little bit more fun. Let's once again have Russian Wolfmen against the Briscoes. 20-minute time limit. Storytelling. Is this going to be my equivalent of a dusty finish? Oh, there is no time limit. 2v2, that's fine. Happy to run the time limit like this. Where is it? Stoppage, ridge, partner miscommunication, time limit finish, there we go. Ivan, you can't keep being unhappy. Let's check you. Very happy. Happy a new contract, extremely happy it's signing. Happy at a successful gimmick. We'll keep going until you're loosely unhappy. So, ran that. What else do we have? Do we have Jumbo tonight? We do indeed. Against Face, female. You beat Debbie, you beat Kyoko, you beat Sue. Can you beat Princess Little Cloud? This one could prove to be a little bit more of an issue, but the answer is yes. Nice. Different night, different bear? Well, if you have him take on both bears. Is this going to prove to be too much for Ali Reyes, or is he fine? Is there a physical kind of... personal details? Nope. Is there attributes, recent news, skills? There we go. Been doing very good physical health, low levels of fatigue. There, just got a few little bad legs. Yeah, we can have him on a 2-on-1 against... Have we used Victor? We've used Terrible Ted as Victor the Biggie. Yeah. That's our Ben and Ted. 11 minutes. Harley race. Well, brawl. We can have Duke Miller take on Face men's. He can beat Ron Fuller, I guess. A little match. Miller and Fuller. Nice. What other storylines are we winning? Can have John Elijah get another win. Pushing that man to the moon. Where the gimmick is going, I don't know, by the way. Who can he take on? Is he beat Robert Fuller? He has not. That is fine. John Elijah, put him over. Duke Miller against Ron Fuller. John Elijah against Robert Fuller. Harley Race, Jumbo. Is there anything else we're kind of running? We could also just put on another 2v2. Let's have Johnny and Roddy take on the heels. Oh, Ben the Wrestling Bear is already wrestling tonight. Mark Lewin. See, there's people like the Strangler. What if we did Mark Lewin and Dick Murdoch? Maniac Mark, who's 16-year vet, absolute badass. 4 years, we've got Dirty Dick. Absolute madman. Modern day cowboy. Captain Redneck. Yeah, I think we could have Johnny Rougeau go over. Perfect. Dick Murdoch is very unhappy. Dick Murdoch's probably a big deal, isn't he? Yeah, he's kind of huge. Maniac Mark, also pretty big. What if Mark Lewin lost? No, that's fair. So let's open the show. Jax. So let's have character development on Jax, Johnny, Roddy, Mark Lewin, and Dirty Dick. Eventually I'm going to find a time where, like, this music isn't constantly changing. So I don't have to worry about adjusting the audio levels. So Jax Rougeau, Dick, yes, storyline. To the Rowdy Rougeaus, we can add Dirty Dick Slater, Major for now. And Mark Lewin, Maniac Mark. So Jax is late for his match with his brother. Are they brothers? Jax. After Johnny Rougeau came his brother Jax, yeah. So Piper takes his place. Jax doesn't come out. You'd really not expect, by the way, that like I type and I'm writing, that this is my first language. Jax is late for his match with his brother. Why is brother capitalized? I think I overthink so much. So Piper takes his place. Jax doesn't come out until the match has already officially started. Nothing can be done. The Briscoes say this time the match will not end in a draw. Yeah, just that. Doesn't need much more. We're not booking TV here. Jack Briscoe, Jerry Briscoe. I guess we need to cut the promo. And then we've also got I feel like I need to change it. I didn't know this would change so much. What have we got? Hopefully this will do. I don't want to play like any music that might get me some sort of cease and desist or like DMCA claims, but I just kind of like old music, so I'm hoping it's like the Castlevania soundtracks that I've switched over to now. I'm hopefully they're enough to not get me took down, but who knows. Briscoe says this time the match will not end in a draw. They will not let the Russians. Perfect. 3 minutes. Jack Briscoe, Jerry Briscoe. We need Ron Martinez is the interviewer. He's unavailable, so that's why we have Jim O'Brien. Interview. backstage live series. Sweet. Tim Brooks brings out 2 beds. Harry tries to stop the match, but Race wants it to go ahead. Nice. Absolute icon. So do we have Ben and Terrible Ted. And then Tim Brooks. I guess just character development and Harley Race. Nice. Let's check. Actually, I want to check the show history. So, Tim Brooks introduces 39. 44. So it seems going without a script might be a little bit more, a little bit safer. But I'll take the risk of getting the higher ratings. Brooks is furious at Harley and the Bears. Promises revenge. Rewangi. Promises revenge. So again, Ben, intimidation. Terrible Ted. And then we have Tim Brooks. Character development, I guess. And Harley Race. Sweet. Book segment. With that, 3 minutes. Jumbo turns the ringside area up and down. Using, what's her name? Using Little Cloud. Makes a mess of everything. Absolute batter it. So Jumbo, Attacker, Princess Little Crowd. This is quite ferocious Castlevania music. Jill Castlevania, let's see. I don't want like lo-fi Castlevania music. I just want some of the, yeah, what's this? The relaxing side. Are we going? Yeah, man, this is what I wanted, brother. Perfect. Jumbo turns the ringside area upside down using Little Cloud. Whenever I do a segment like that, I just think of when the Nexus did something similar. Oh, the body. And they just kind of destroyed the ringside area because they were baddies. Book. It's fine, that can go there. So then this can go here. What can John do this time? What's his gimmick? Elijah is preaching to the crowd when Ron makes fun of him. So Elijah hits him with a cross. I was going to try and spell crucifix, and I just thought, oh gosh, it's been half an hour trying to do that. Storyline. Son of a preacher man. Ron Fuller. Is it Ron? Or is it Robert that he's wrestling? I guess Ron. Boop. Ron. His character. John Elijah. I guess also character. Yeah, it is Ron. Fair. No, it's not. It's Robert. Arse biscuits. Let's go to Ron. Remove. And let's add Robert. Storyline. Son of a preacher man. Add Robert in a supporting role. Oh, perfect. Once again, match ends in a draw. Actually, if I search, do we have? We don't. Sandwich Nick is unavailable. Jax is late. Johnny and Roddy beat Mark Lewin and Dick Murdoch. Elisha is preaching to the crowd, and Ron makes fun of him, so Elijah hits him with a cross. John wins. Briscoes say this time the match will not end in a draw. Duke against Ron. Tim Brooks brings out 2 bears. Match. Furious. Little Cloud. Match once again ends in a draw. Roddy Piper and Jerry Briscoe being used too much. Jax is late for his match with his brother, so Piper takes his place. Jax doesn't come out until the match has already officially started, and therefore cannot be part of it. In a bout which had superb wrestling, Mark Lewin and Dick Murdoch carrying this. They did, yeah, maybe they shouldn't have lost. I knew they shouldn't have been in this match. Johnny Rougeau and Roddy Piper defeated Mark Lewin and Dick Murdoch, when Rougeau submitted Mark Lewin with a sleeper hold. Elijah is preaching to the crowd when Ron makes fun of him, so Elijah hits him with a cross. Then Elijah defeats him in 5:49 by pinfall. The Briscoes say this time the match will not end in a draw. They will not let the Russians have the title. In a bout which had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Duke Miller defeated Ron Fuller in 7:15 by submission. Tim Brooks brings out 2 bears. Harry tries to stop the match, but Race wants to go ahead. In a superb wild brawl, Harley Race defeated Ben and Terrible Ted in 10:52 when Race pinned Ben with a diving headbutt. Brooks is furious at Harley and the Bears and promises revenge. And then, in a bout which had superb wrestling and decent reaction, Jumbo defeated Princess Little Cloud in 11:16 and then proceeded to turn the ringside area upside down using Little Cloud. And finally, in the main event, superb wrestling, good heat, the Wolfmen and Briscoes drew when the time limit expired. No popularity changes. Have I ran too many? Who else has been doing Harley Race? Praised for a great performance. Jumbo as well. Jumbo's been doing alright, you know. Jumbo Miyamoto pointed out as a good example. Harley Race was pleased. Jumbo seemed pleased. Financial. No popularity. Long is a real jerk considered by all accounts, acting like a real bully. Ooh. Giant Baba demotion. No, all of it's going off. K.O. Cox and Killer Carl Cox. An ugly row between the two. Ooh. King of Sports, the feedback extremely positive. Jim Barrett once again not playing someone else. Thunderbolt Patterson has turned himself to politics. And Kendo Nagasaki's on the rise. Harley Race is starting to feel it, and so is Jack Briscoe. Sorry Funk's still not liking Tim Brooks. Alright. Shall we book the Jersey show and call it quits? I just want to see if I can... Media... Yeah. I'm just wondering if I can... convert another file. Any way that I can see... Just while we're just doing this part stream. Properties. Any way I can see the length details? No. It's fine, so I just have to take a risk. I can just click on this and it'll play it. That's fine. Media, open file. This one. You might hear a brief glimpse of me. Oh, that's fine. Media, file. This one. Yeah, it's going to be a different one. Let's convert. Remove, add. This one. Is all of the same settings still there? Yep. Alright. Hopefully this works. Just the same. Again, I'm still working on kind of... Wow, now a VLC stream. Still working on kind of... sorting out all the audio, all the files and stuff, but... we'll get there. So why aren't we... At this level, sports are small enough to fly under the radar and will not be pulled into regional battles. They are not able to sign exclusive written deals and will not be expected to offer downside agreements as part of contracts. Fair. Tommy Gilbert. Is he the father of Eddie Gilbert? No one gets the night off. We are at the Camden Elk Lodge. Select this venue. Yep. Got no booking team stuff. Locker room incidents. Backstage gossip is that Tim Brooks and Jean LaBelle had a heated argument. Jack Briscoe came with the idea for a creative finish. Sue Green bought pizza. Yeah, you go, Tex. All's good. So what is your creative idea? We do a 2v2 Texas Tornado between the Briscoes and the Wolfmen. Creative finish. It's extremely risky, and it can only be when Jack Briscoe is the victor. Let's do it. So what's our idea? I think our idea is just the double pin gimmick at 20 minutes. It's extremely risky. Will the fans like it? Will they boo again? Don't have a road agent. Oh god, this isn't going to go well. Who would be best suited? Buddy Rogers, it seems. Ivan Gorky's... Oh, this will be the 4th time. Can we remove that? Because someone's doing a best of 7 series anyway. My preferences. Is it overuse or repetitive booking? Save. So now if I try and book segment, yeah, that's fine. Sweet. Once again, let's do a handicap 1 on 2. We have Harley, who isn't here tonight. Oh, is it because it's the end of the month and stuff's a little different? Yeah, everyone's kind of working elsewhere. That's fine. So who do we have? Do we have Jumbo? No. Do we have Jean LaBelle? We do. Jean can beat Fierce, Male. He's beat Billy Francis. Has he beat Robert Fuller? I bet the Wrestling Bear hasn't. Gene. Match history. No. So quick match for Gene. Easy. Ah yeah, I forgot we need a road agent. Show all. Buddy Rogers, I guess. We also have Father John. Can we hire? Oh, I take it. Was that always? Or did he just win it? Oh no. Danny Hodge. 93, no 146. For some reason I thought one of them wasn't. Anyway. What about Take a Sandwich Nick is not available. No, it's fine. Gene LaBelle against Robert Fuller. And is there no way we can hire Danny Hodge? Fair. That's fine. We can just have another Elijah win. John Elijah over face male. Has he beat Billy Francis? He has not. That is simple. Perfect. John wins. Staff. Buddy Rogers. I feel like this is going to happen at the end of months, so that's fine. Move that here. Who else do we have? Some major stars. We have Buddy Rogers. We have Mark Lewin. I think we can do... I think the team of... Is Dick Slater out? Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. I think we can do... Maniac Mark can take on face male. I reckon he'd take on Pat Barrett, the fighting Irishman. Not everything needs to have a storyline. So Buddy Rogers. I think because it's kind of... It's a show where we're kind of struggling. Does Buddy Rogers want to take on Billy Robinson? Nice. Staff. I don't know who's going to be kind of... Tarzan Baxter's not too bad. Neither is Soldat Gorky. Ivan Gorky might be... Billy Robinson. Oh, yeah, maybe Ivan Gorky. That's just kind of a special appearance match. I think that's kind of fine. We can also have Duke Miller pick up another win. Jack Armstrong, Carl Carlson, Jersey Joe. Let's have Duke Miller take on Roddy Piper. Storylines, Murder Inc. Let's add Roddy Piper as a minor into this. Perfect. Buddy. So... Oh, is Ron here? What am I here though? Oh, he is. Maybe he left the other company. Ron lets the fans know they have a special event. Buddy Rogers will take on Billy Robertson. Yeah, that's fair. Ron Martinez, Buddy Rogers, Billy Robinson. I guess this is a hype 3 minutes. Where's the staff part of this? I think I'm just gonna have to add Buddy Rogers. He might have to do. Where can I talk to a worker? Can be a road agent? Nice. No match that's hardcore or a wild brawl. Which match could be a wild brawl? I guess this one. So Angle, Murder Inc., Thrown Piper. They let him know the. I need to find out how to spell Rougeos. The R-U-G-E-A. And here tonight to protect. And then they beat him down. Perfect. So Jax and Johnny are off screen. We have Carl Carlson, his character development. Billy Spears, who isn't available. Gorgeous George isn't available. Such as leaves Duke and Tarzan. It is Tarzan. Is nice. That's enough, I think, of Murder Inc. Maniac Mark takes on Paddy. That's fine. Elijah. Says that tonight he will give Francis, give the cowboy kid a baptism of blood. That's kind of cool. Elijah. I think I just need to change his name to Elijah. Put a promo. Son of a preacher man. Who's in it? It's the cowboy kid, Billy Francis. Spartan, I guess. I think this is going to lead into I would like to give Elijah the junior heavyweight. I'm completely honest. And I might set it up so that is the case. Elijah, cut a promo. Billy, non-speaking role. Nice. Perfect. Put that here. Gene LaBelle takes on Robert Fuller. Simple match. Everyone's happy. Ron Martinez lets the fans know they have a special event. Buddy Rogers will take on Billy Robertson. And then the Wolfmen against the Briscoes. Ron informs the two teams that tonight they will compete in a Texas tag team. There has to be a winner. There has to be a winner. Perfect. So, Ron Martinez. Sorry, I was just doing some maths in my head. Hello, little one. We've got Ron Martinez, we've got Jack Briscoe, we have Jerry Briscoe. We also have Jack, Jerry. Just need to sold out an Ivan. Nice. Book. Perfect. What's the analysis? Ivan's unhappy again. Jerry and Billy are on the card too much. That's fine. No one being penalised. Let's go. In a wild brawl that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Duke Miller defeated Roddy Piper in 10-18 by submission. Murder Inc. surround Piper. They let him know the Rougeaus aren't here tonight to protect him, and then they beat him down. To be fair, it is Tarzan Baxter, Carl Carlson and Duke Miller, but the others are around. An exceptional match, Mark Lewin defeated Pat Barrett in 10-44 by submission with a sleeper hold. Elijah says tonight he'll give the Cowboy Kid a baptism of blood. That got a 3, not very good. Everyone seems to be winning by submission. Is this something on my end? Next segment. Again a submission, about which had superb wrestling but didn't have much heat. Gene LaBelle defeated Robert Fuller in 7-21 by submission with an ankle lock. So anyway, I can check the matches. Add new match. Copy 1v1. Yeah, pinfall submission. Ron Martinez lets the fans know they have a special event. And the Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers, is here tonight. And he'll take on Sports Zone's Billy Robinson. An exceptional match. Buddy Rogers defeated Billy Robinson in 15 minutes with a figure 4 leg lock. Ron then informs the two teams that tonight they'll compete in a Texas tag team. There has to be a winner. Wish me luck on this extremely risky boy. It was a failure. So the Briscoes defeat the Russian Wolfmen when Jack pinned Ivan. So in my head, the idea of this creative gimmick was that the two pin at the same time. There is a winner. Another ref came down, everyone counted. I guess the reason it was a failure, this is kayfabe and kayfabe, is Jack pinned Ivan too early, so there was a clear winner. The show didn't result in any popularity changes. Why? Too many shows? Finish. Address the locker room. Honestly, Buddy Rogers giving a hug. Billy Robinson giving a hug. Thanks for putting on a class show. Seem pleased? Seem pleased. Financial, 2,000 down the shitter. Look at more detailed reports of it actually. Skipped, there wasn't any changes. Why wasn't there any? I can live with it. I'm not happy. So what's going on? Booking team news. They've been bonding. What else is going on? End of the month show, 23,000. We can only dream of that. Angel Blanco embeds a new move. But what did people think of our show? All-Star Wrestling. Last night's World Championship Wrestling. Dick Murdoch. He appeared extremely hungover, that's fair. If you've already been. Jim still not playing let people. If he had to lose the last match to Roddy Piper, I understand him. Last night's King of Sports jersey. Extremely positive, great show. Roddy Piper is clumsy. He's not clumsy, Jack. And you better get used to him. Alright, should we make our way to the end of the month? Bobby Hunt has some minor morale issues. Disliking the head of talent relations. If other people also don't like him, we can work on that. But let's advance to the end of the month. Dominic DeNucci. Quickly finding friends at the Palais National, where all the amateur and professional wrestlers trained, Tanuki was approached by Yvonne Roberts and Tony Lanza about entering professional wrestling. Despite the fact that he really didn't know anything about it, Dominic trained under Lanza. Then, in the early 60s, Tanuki started in Montreal area under a hood as the villainous Masked Marvel, before later moving to Detroit where he teamed with Dino Bravo as Dominic Bravo. Stints in Calgary, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Japan and Australia followed for the master of the aeroplane spin, becoming a huge star in Australia. So here's Lord Athol Leighton. I guess he's Canadian. Leighton isn't a real lord, but he's best known for his feud with Whipper Billy Watson and his tag team with Lord James Beers, who, like Athol, was born in England, moving to Australia at 13. Athol settled down and started running a pub. So many people to learn about. Johnny has turned his attention to politics backstage, learning a lot from Pedro Morales, who taught him everything he knows while also helping him get his foot in the door. With rumours that he's proven to have a real feel for it, Johnny Powers has some radical television ideas and could have a bright future. Oh, I'm skipping to the end of the month, but I think we're nowhere near the end of the month, if I'm honest. I think we'll probably just get to the next shows. Which, I mean, I'll end it there. That's no complaints from me, but... for whatever reason, I thought we'd make it to the... I guess I was thrown off by the WWF's end of the month show, but I know the last week is pretty big for us. This Castlevania music seems to have settled down a little. Oh, that's nice. I just like some... I realise I can't do like Nintendo music, because they'll absolutely take me down. But I just kind of like getting to these points. Perfect. So not much has really been happening. We've had nothing affect us really, it seems. A bunch of people having their end of the month shows, which, understandable. I forgot that we'd have another New York one. But with that said, I'm not going around today. So thank you all for coming out. It's been a pretty long one. 2 streams in one day. Yeah, all's going class. Champion. See you all later.